the Dynasty Madden League grind in 365.
Welcome into the DML Network and another episode of the Bye Week with your boy XPERT. Got two of my favorite users on the show today. Done tons of shows with these two guys. Love to hear what they got to say about their team. And we'll start with the division rival. It's JB and those Tennessee Titans. What's up, JB?
What's going on, XPERT?
Man, it's a good day. Let's talk Tennessee Titans. Another rough start for you, JB. What is going on in Tennessee with that defense and offense?
Well, so we just got some new pieces, we just got us a little rookie quarterback, trying to be conservative, but then again, I tend to get a little happy, want to get past happy, but I'm trying to calm that down, therefore we can turn these L's into W's on these close games sometimes.
All right, let's talk about the rookie quarterback, because you draft Lambert. He's got all the attributes to be a great quarterback. What is holding him back from being successful in Tennessee?
That's my decision making on some of these passes. I tend to force it when I know I shouldn't have. So I'm cutting back on that and learning to throw the ball away.
All right, let's talk running back situation. You had the monster back there last year, Derrick Henry, just tearing stuff up, not having the quite as productive year this year. Is that due to the fact that maybe your offensive line's getting a little bit older in some key spots?
I think so too. So that's why I added a new piece on this trade. What I did with Matty Ice, added me a lineman on there. He was young and looking forward to see what he can do on the second game in.
All right, man, let's talk defense for a minute. You are next to last in giving up points, 35 points a game. What has to change on the defensive side for JB to stop giving up so many points?
It really is on my offense, because if I turn the ball over in key situations, that puts my defense right back out there in short field. So bam, there goes the points. Even though we trying hard not to give up those points, they end up happening. So we just got to do better on not turning over the ball on the offensive side to put our defense in that kind of situation.
No doubt. Sounds like a good plan. Let's talk schedule. Started out rough this year for you. You had the Colts at home, didn't quite go the way you planned. Then you had to go on the road to Taz and lose a close game to Taz there in week 2. Was those first 2 games kind of just put you down in the dumps, knowing that you had a tough schedule to finish out the first half of the year?
It did a little bit, but I know in that second game that was a downfall on my part, because I was game managing that I should have had. So that's what caught me on that.
And then you have the tough game versus me with the Texans, and you always play me tough, but then it seems like you have those 1 or 2 plays where you just make a bad decision, or you're trying to make a play so hard that you throw into double coverage. But then you come back out and have an impressive win versus the Colts in week 4. And I thought you were starting to turn things around, and then you had King Vitamin. He kind of got you there. The game versus the Colts, did you see some things that you can improve on that helped you win that game?
Yeah, I did. And then what happened with against Vitamin was I started forcing it. I got away from my game plan that I did what I had against the Colts. So
yeah,
I learned because I got a big matchup coming up. So
yeah, all right, man. You got a tough schedule coming out of the break. You get the Dolphins right off the bat, and he's balling right now, just like tight work normally is. But then you get a couple games where maybe you could get this offense rolling versus underrated in the Cardinals and against Mo Booker and the Chiefs. Before you had that big matchup, you talked about the rematch where the Jags got to come to Tennessee. Do we see the Titans turn the corner in the second half, getting ready for this second half of the season?
Yeah, I do. As I see some big things coming. I'm not predicting the schedule, but I'm seeing some big things coming in these future games. Something we can build on, something we're looking forward to.
All right, let's talk draft for a second. you've done really good drafting here the past couple seasons. Add some key pieces on the defense, add some key pieces on the offense. Do you have your eye on a couple guys that you see in the draft that can make the Titans take that next step in the dynasty?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Now, I don't want you to give away where you're looking, but are you looking more offensive, or are you looking at some defense guys to maybe help you stop all these points getting put up?
Both.
You need help on both sides.
Yeah, it's on both. It's on both. It's just all about decision making, but then I still do need those other pieces to stop putting those points up on the board.
No doubt. Man, I wish you all the luck in the world, except when you play those Houston Texans. Of course, I don't want you to play well versus B, but I appreciate you jumping on the bye week. Appreciate you taking time away from your day. What do you have for the dynasty before you get out of here?
I had some Titans plan on having some winning seasons to surprise a lot of people. So just look forward to Titans just shocking a lot of people in these upcoming seasons.
Titans are going to shock the world. All right, JB, appreciate you jumping on. Always a pleasure when we get to do a show together.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Thank
guys,
you for having me.
No doubt. That was JB with those Tennessee Titans. Next up, this is a user I have been waiting to get on the bye week. When the season first started, I had this week circled. It's the OG Chris Murray and those Pittsburgh Steelers. What's up, Chris Murray?
What's going on, man? What's going on? Good to be on the show.
Man, glad to have you. All right. Listen, let's cut through all the red tape. Let's just get right down to business. Were the Pittsburgh Steelers taken last year to go in and get a couple pieces in this past draft?
Man, listen. It wasn't tanking, man. Everybody, kept saying tanking. If you looked at our season last year, man, like I said when I was on the bye week last season, man, and BS, man. With a little bit of me rushing and not making good decisions, but it was just pure man BS, man. That's what it was. I'm a type of user, man. I'm not gonna tank for one piece. I mean, I'm gonna come out and compete every single game, but like I said, it was just man BS, man. It was just hard to deal with.
Yeah, you did have quite a few games where it could have gone either way, but you came out on fire this year at 4-1. But let's talk a couple key spots on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and let's start at the quarterback position. You got Hackenberg slinging the ball around there in Pittsburgh. Is Hackenberg the future for the Steelers?
No, man, we still quarterback shopping, but right now Hackenberg is our quarterback. He's our guy. The reason, why he's actually playing so good is because we added in, a monster piece that make defenses have to be honest. We have to respect the deep ball. We also got Juju Smith-Schuster that's developing, so you got to respect him. So we got a couple key weapons around him, man. Just smart coaching. This shit is being made, making them make simple plays, simple throws.
Yeah, and let's talk about that monster that you picked up in the draft, Mr. Rashawn McKinnon. This is a monster. Has he lived up to everything that you thought he would be when you drafted him at number 2?
Yeah, exactly. The number one thing that I like about him, besides the speed and acceleration, he goes up and he goes after the ball. As we all seen in Madden, you'll have those wide receivers that have a 93 jumping or a 94, 95 jumping that would not go up and go get the ball. This dude, man, every time we sling the rock his way, he's battling for that ball. And that's what I love about it, besides his 97 speed and the 97 acceleration.
No doubt. And he's really opened quite a bit for your underneath guy in Juju. Really, it's just made some more holes for Juju to run into. But we got a problem on the Pittsburgh offense, and it's that running game. Chris Murray, what are we going to do with this run offense? You're ranked 30th in the dynasty, not very good. You got 56-year-old Le'Veon Bell still standing back there getting the rock. Do you have a concern going in especially in the path that you're going to make the playoffs, where it's so crucial ball control. Are you concerned with this rushing attack that you have right now?
Yeah, I'm not really concerned because playing against, I think, That Boy Good knocked out my running back that I had at the start position heading into this game, and he rushed for I believe 115 yards. The run game is not gonna be that difficult. I'm just waiting to wait for my guy to get back, but we're really not focused on the run because the passing game is just clicking so much. So if it's not broke, I don't want to try to fix it. But of course, in the playoffs, just having that deep threat wide receiver back, you're gonna have to respect the passing game. So once the playoff times come, not saying because the AFC is tight, it's tough. So hopefully if you make it in the playoffs, I'm pretty sure the running game gonna get clicking.
All right, let's talk defense for a second. You're doing an outstanding job stopping the run. The front seven is balling right now for you, but your back end is kind of let you down a little bit. Ranked 26 in the DML, giving up almost 225 yards a game passing. What needs to happen in this secondary? Because you do got a lot of young talent back there in that secondary. What needs to change for your guys to start clicking in that secondary to stop all these passing yards?
My front seven, they have to get after the quarterback, which they are doing. Like I said, you're gonna hit and you're gonna miss sometimes. You only gonna be able to, your secondary can hold in this game but so long. If a quarterback's back there holding the ball for more than 3 to 4 seconds, a passing lane is gonna open up. But I just need my front seven to keep doing what they're doing, and just need my young guys to make plays when the opportunity presents itself. But other than that, I knew heading into this year that my secondary was going to have a couple holes and gaps in it. Yeah. But, my offense is just clicking, and we win in the time of possession every single game. That's a number one focal point heading into this season. And like I said, my team is just doing trusting the process. Simple as that, just trusting the process.
All right, let's look at schedule coming out the bye week. You got 3 divisional games right out the gate, 2 versus the Ravens, and then you got that arch nemesis of yours, Mr. Addy 5 in Cincinnati, who's quietly having an undefeated season right now. Do we see the Pittsburgh Steelers make some noise in the second half and make the playoffs in Madden 18?
Of course. That's the number one goal. Making the playoffs. Addy, definitely a game that's circled on the calendar. For the previous season since I joined the division, it's always been a tough matchup, but it always came down to me not making turnovers. For some reason, every time I'm in the game with him, it'd be a good game. The next thing you know, my coaching staff, they start doing a little too much. So just heading into that game, like I said, we want to just trust the process, make simple reads, and just stick to our game plan.
All right, so you get the Bengals in week 8 coming out to bye, but you got the Ravens first. Is that Ravens game kind of a trap game?
Of course.
Knowing you got to go and see the Bengals the very next week?
Yeah, man. Our whole division is tough. There's never one game in our division that I'll say, I just be like, that's a gimme game. All the guys in our division come out and come for each other head every single game. With skill trade in the Ravens, man, he comes out and compete. I think he got Julio Jones and I forget Thomas over there, all old receivers, but for some reason them guys come out and play on a high level every time I play them. So that's definitely not a game that I'm going to sleep on, especially heading into Cincinnati the following week. I want to have that motivation heading in there with a W, and then I'm trying to head out Cincinnati with a W also.
No doubt. Love the confidence. All right, Chris Murray, what you got for the Dynasty before you get out of here?
Man, I just posted something to the chat. If you wanna, you got a top 3 pick at the end of the season, come to my DM. I got a player that I know that guys are going to want, and it's not who you think it is. It's somebody that it's gonna be hard for me to part ways with him, but I see somebody in this up and coming draft that I need to have out in Pittsburgh.
Could we see Dre Shaw in a different uniform?
It ain't Dre Shaw. That's all I gotta say, man. It ain't Dre Shaw.
There's only one other guy on your roster I think is worthy of a top 3 pick, and you're not giving up Rashawn McKinnon right off the bat.
We gonna have to see, man. Like I said, man, my DMs is open, man. If there's a player that that I'm looking at, and I know for a fact that he's going to be a one-of-a-kind player this cycle, and I need him out in Pittsburgh. That's all I'm going to say.
Hit your boy Chris Murray up if you got a top 3 pick, which I believe one of those guys will be the Cowboys. Please don't give your Cowboys Rayshon McKinnon, but it's your squad, you the GM. Man, Chris Murray, I always appreciate it when you get on the show. Always a blast when we get to do shows together. Appreciate you taking time out your day and jumping on the bye week.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
No doubt. All right, Dynasty. It's not over yet because I got a special guest that just jumped on. Had to talk about his squad. It's none other than the co-commish, SJ in the building. What's going on, SJ?
What up, XPERT?
Man, so glad to have you on. Let's talk New England Patriots. All right, man. You came out the gate 2-3. Started out rough. SJ, you had to come and play those Super Bowl champs at one point, the Texans, and then you had the Jets, which you were in that game and just made a couple bad decisions there, just like in the Texan game. But then you laid the egg versus T-Pain and those Colts, and I know that one pissed you off.
Oh
You
yeah,
lost that one. Tell me how frustrating it is when you know you got the talent on a football team to come out and start 0-3.
Well, first of all, I do not have a franchise quarterback. I got scraps. I'm piecing together, trying to figure out what they can do, what they can't do. So as soon as I deviate from the game manager game plan, I get myself in trouble. So that game versus the Colts, he played good, but I literally woke up out of a nap, hopped on the joystick, and it was all, bad decisions from there on out. But, he played good. Martavis went off on me. I couldn't stop that one route. I don't know what it was, but it killed me. But it's a long season, 2-3. I got the Bucks next, the Ravens after that. Never look ahead, but I can get to 500 over here in the next week or two.
Yeah, and really that Colts game, I think, it really woke SJ up because you came out the next week versus the Falcons and you hang 45 on them.
I scrapped.
And
go ahead.
you beat down on the Bills. Then you beat down on the Bills the very next week. What changed after that Colts game that started having this offense start clicking?
That's a heck of an observation because I scrapped because I like to play like the game is set up, So I was playing with the Patriots playbook. I still got all these old Patriot cornerbacks playing, even though I know they too slow. Malcolm Butler still hanging around, starting. I got Gilmore still out there running around, slow as ever. But I scrapped all that. I went back to my Madden 17 team playbook, and I just read the play and hit who was open and took what was there. So yeah, I'm done. I'm done with I don't even know what to call what I was doing, but I'm done with it. And, you have probably one of the best running backs in the game in Christian McCaffrey. You actually went out and got him from the Panthers. Are you finding yourself force feeding him sometimes just to get him touches on your offense? Absolutely. I think he's like 4th in the league in carries, but not even top 10 in yardage. So I'm definitely forcing the ball to him. But from now on, no more of that.
Okay, so you talked about you don't have a quarterback on the squad. You got Jacoby Brissett right now is taking the reins right now, but you got 2 young guys in behind him.
Yeah.
Do you see a quarterback in the dynasty right now that you want, or are you looking more to draft the next quarterback for the Patriots?
I had a trade set up that would have put me where I want to be, but it fell through last minute. I owe that trade falling apart to no other than Ric Flair himself. The user had won 5 touchdown game versus Flair and took the quarterback off the table, but didn't tell me until it was too late. I couldn't really make any move after that. So it is what it is. And, if one falls in the draft, I'll make a better decision this time when I pick one, or I'll try to revisit some trades if possible.
I'm glad you brought that up, because what is it like being the Stretch Armstrong winner in the Dynasty?
It's horrible, because like right now, as I scan through my roster, I'm looking at this 66 overall MF, and it's just making my stomach hurt. So
okay.
And I vow to never win it again. I will never win that award again. One time.
Okay, so let's switch to something that's going positive for the Patriots, and that's your defense.
Yeah. You
got a top 10 defense right now in the Dynasty, and let's just talk about the superstar you got on that defense, Mr. Derek Rivers. What is this guy's specialty that he just finds himself in the backfield 90% of the game?
It's funny because he plays. I have him in another league, and he plays the same exact way. But he just got hurt in the game I was just playing, and his backup I thought had comparable attributes, but it's not the same at all. He was getting smashed, pancake, thrown around. So it's night and day, and I thought they were similar. I was like, oh, he's gonna be the next Derek Rivers, in a couple of years. Nope, he will not be the next Derek Rivers. So I don't know. I think just how they made him, with the 84 strength. I think that kind of plays a part. It's not elite strength, but it's kind of good for a DE with speed and power. So I think just how they made him kind of makes him who he is. So I'm sure the Patriots wish they had him. Coming up here Sunday, but yeah, he kind of a surprise actually.
Yeah, he's been balling for you, but you got some spots on the defense that you look at. You got to kind of make some decisions going forward. You're starting to get a little agey there at the linebacker position.
Yeah.
Do you kind of look at that and start to get worried, because really two of your key spots are really veterans that are coming to the end of their career, where you got to try and find some young talent to replace these guys? Yeah,
Malcolm Butler's 83 acceleration does not cut it. He'll play good in spurts, but if he get caught one-on-one, and especially if it's a slant or a out, it's a wrap. So that's kind of what killed him. I mean, Martavis killed me, and then I got Gilmore behind him. He still has decent speed, but that 79 man or 79 zone, it's just not cutting it. He'll make a play or two, but he'll give up a 2 or 3. So, I got a Vilma, young corner, 89 speed, 90 acceleration. Everything else is good. Superstar development. So he's the future. I like to get somebody behind him in the offseason. I swiped Julius Perkins off the 49ers practice squad. So he looked like he can be at least a third corner. Maybe even step up as a number 2. So, we'll see. We got some options. We got some picks. I like my safeties, 6 of them. But once I get a corner, a true, it doesn't have to be a shutdown corner, but a decent corner that can recover and get to the spot, I think I'll be all right. Linebackers, you can just about grab a linebacker from anywhere sometimes, and I think I'll be okay. But the number one goal again is to get a franchise QB this offseason.
Franchise quarterback. All right, let's talk a little schedule coming out the bye week. You got Lord Farquaad and the Bucks first, and then you get the Ravens, but then you have a tough matchup versus Matty Ice and the Saints before you go and you get the Bills and the Titans. If you look at those next 5 games, really 4 of those 5 could go in your favor. Are you looking to make some noise and challenge for this division? And I know we talked earlier about how difficult divisions are in the Dynasty. You got the NFC East really as a powerhouse. But when you look at your division with the Jets, the Patriots, and then the Dolphins, that's really a tough way to go. Do you see yourself competing for a division title though?
Yeah, it's no room for error. That's the key. Last season I played around and played the CPU a couple times, lost 2 or 3 CPU games, and that booted me right out the playoffs. So there's no room for error. Every game you got to try to get the W, no messing around. So yeah, I hate to look ahead, but we're just gonna take it game by game, try to put a streak together, and see what happens.
Alrighty, do we see SJ and the Patriots in the playoffs this season in Madden?
Yes, we are striving for the playoffs. We're gonna be game managers. We're gonna dink and dunk and throw it deep when it's wide open only. There's no way to hide that. So we're just gonna play safe, conservative football, and see where it takes us.
Alrighty, SJ, what you got for the Dynasty before you get out of here?
Just want to say, we had a lot of, I don't even know what to call it, a lot of stuff happening, and just want everybody to get back to playing a game we love, and just do it the right way, and keep building the league, keep building the brand, keep building what we're doing, and just keep it going in the right direction.
No doubt. Great message for the Dynasty. All right, SJ, man. Appreciate you jumping on the bye week. Always a pleasure when I get to do a show with you, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. That's your latest episode of the bye week. It's your boy XPERT, and I'm out.